Hello YouTube and Doctor Who fans to another Big Finish audio review. Today I'll be taking a look at The Rani Elite, starring Colin Baker, Nicola, Bryant and Siobhan Redmond playing as the Rani. Now The Rani Elite has been a very hyped up story, or a very good well hyped story, just like Masters of Earth. And yeah, people from the community of Big Finish were really looking forward to it because for this, the Rani's coming back and back in action, and we haven't seen the Rani in a very long time in Doctor Who's history. The last true one was Time of the Rani, even though it's not the best story in the world, as well as the only Rani story I've seen. But now that's not the case now, because I have now got another Rani story. I'm very intrigued about the Rani, Mark of the Rani. That seems really intriguing to me, but unrelevant to the video. So we're going to do my normal procedures when I show how this is presented as the audio, and then say my overall thoughts and opinions on the story. I'm not going to read the Symbolics because it really does take time off the video, and the shorter it is, the less rendering it will take. And I don't see that people don't really bother about listening to the Symbolics of it anyway. I'll just leave that down in the description just to make the video a bit more quicker. So let's get down right to it. So the cover art, we have the Doctor, and I believe that is the Doctor and Peri in the Rani's machinery. As well, we have the brilliant Rani herself, Siobhan Redmond, written by Justin Richards, with the new Doctor Who logo. Big Finish used this on their audios. For the side, Doctor Who Rani Elite 194. Now here to have the back. I'm not going to read this, I will place this in the description. Directed by Ken Bentley, 120 minutes approx. Of the cast, we have Colin Baker, Nicola Bryant, Siobhan Redmond, Andrew Bone, Becky Wright, Mike Noble and Charlie Morton. So if we open it up, we have the discs. We have disc 1. I've actually been listed this one not long ago, so disc 2 is mysteriously gone. It's actually in my laptop. And there we have the other Colin Baker releases. If we open up the booklet, we have the producer's notes from David Richardson, behind the scenes, writer's notes, Doctor Who magazine as well with Siobhan Redmond, as well as the next instalment, and I've been really looking forward to this one, a Peter Davison story I'm looking forward to. How can you believe that? Well, yeah, I actually do, yeah, you have to, because I'm actually really looking forward to it. Missed 4, and then credits, and if you want to, you can flip it over if you desire. To my overall thoughts and opinions on the Rani Elite. Now, I was sensing quite an overhyped story. I actually really enjoyed this story and I thought it was a brilliant tale to listen to. But of course everything has its positives and negatives, and yes, I'm going to do my overall thoughts and opinions starting now. I think I should start with the parts first. Part 1, it was actually Big Finish giving us the brilliant, lovely people we are, the Big Finish. They always treat us fans very well. But part 1 isn't the best. It's rather slow and sluggish, and it takes quite a while for anything major to happen. I have to say, a fantastic cliffhanger though. Absolutely, yeah. So part 1, rather slow and sluggish. Didn't really care about the characters too much. There was quite some interesting things in places, but rather the pacing was going up, then down a lot, and a bit up, and then down a lot again, and then up a bit to the cliffhanger. That's the way I would definitely describe part 1. Part 2, we see a lot of scenes where the Rani and the Doctor are arguing, trying to stand up to each other, who's the biggest person in the rooms, like that. The Rani is really intimidating, a lot more intimidating than her predecessor, Kitty O'Mara, playing as the Rani. Again, bless her soul, I've heard she's a sweet lady, and yeah, I absolutely bless her soul, she was a brilliant Rani. But yeah, Siobhan Redmond played the role a lot more intimidating as well, and she has some fantastic dialogue as well. I like it where the Rani outwits the Doctor, but the Doctor tries to defend himself. They want to be like the biggest person in the room. So yeah, I like the dialogue and between the two of them. Yeah, part 2 was brilliant. It was. Again, that slight pacing issues as well. I will go into further stuff later when I do all the parts. Part 3, we do see again the Doctor and the Rani trying to stand up to each other as well. Part 3 and part 2 are rather similar. They are quite a lot of similarities in the story, and something quite big happens to this story to Peri in this episode. Poor old Peri. She gets basically her heart ripped out in every single story. Not physically, but in a way that's the best way to describe it. And then part 4, not to be honest, I found this part really slow. I wasn't really expecting this. I thought the part 4 would be like a massive true ending, and then I'd be a brilliant send-off to the December line with the monthly range. But again, I found it rather slow in some places. Some scenes that they didn't need to be as long as others, as well. And then there's a shame really about that, really. But yeah, seems like it has some pacing issues in it. So that was all the parts 1, 2, and 3, 4. Now I'm going to go a bit in depth. Let's go to the characters of the story. The Doctor, absolutely fantastic in this story. Again, he does brilliant in all these stories, showing a complete enthusiasm and dedication to record the audio. And he says he absolutely loves doing recordings with Big Finish. And yeah, I can say why. He's absolutely fantastic in this story as well. So good job to him. He's absolutely brilliant as well. Again, I love his interactions between himself and the Rani. Tries to be the biggest man. Peri's also very good in the story as well. We see really interesting stuff happen in part 3. The dialogue sort of gives it away. You know, something's wrong with Peri because the dialogue's being changed as well. So it sort of gives it away what's actually gone wrong. Which, yeah, it gave it away with the dialogue. But still, she was absolutely a fantastic one. And yeah, she's been good in all these 3 stories in this trilogy. And I think her best role was probably... I'll probably say The Widow's Assassin, actually, because she was really good in that. The Rani, really intimidating, quite menacing, and very creepy in some places as well. I like her piano theme playing in the background as well. That was really good. Yeah, she's a very creepy and a very intimidating Rani as well. Again, tries and outwits the Doctor. We can compare Missy as the Master and the Rani to them, because they're both females. You know, the Missy was rather brings comedy to the line, while the Rani is like bone serious. She is. Yeah, it seems like the Rani wants to get it done much more. Doesn't really bring comedy or madness to it. She's just bone dead serious. Yeah, Rani, fantastic, played by Siobhan Redmond. Vice Chancellor, played by Andrew Bone, probably my favourite supporting character. Something really creepy happens in this. Something about aging. Again, he was an absolutely fantastic character. Again, the Rani really manipulating people as well. Lizzo, played by Becky Wright. Yeah, she was quite good in this story. She was introduced to it quite early on. Again, played quite a big role between part 3 and 4, where you see her enter. Miklev, yeah, he was quite good. I think he was the teacher's pet to the Rani. Yeah, brilliant as well. Reev, I can't remember what he does. I can't really remember Reev too much, to be honest. But anyway, that was for the characters. So, yeah, the characters were pretty good. Now we'll go to the disadvantages of this release. Pacing issues. It has some terrible pacing issues. Justin Richards makes it go up and down, up, down, and the downs are quite long. And it does improve to part 2 and 3, but then I think it swallows right down again to part 4, which is a shame, really. Justin Richards has some pacing issues in his writing, unfortunately. And this is another minor negative. And voicing in the background, it sounded really stupid in my opinion. Like, there's some of it was really low, it just sounded really weird, and really high-pitched voices in the background. It didn't say, I know there was like an alien academy that all different races were going there, but it just sounded a bit stupid in my opinion. And it was, I can tell that the background talking was repeated on and on and on, because there was the same laughter being played over and over again. So maybe a little bit of laziness by there, but still, whatever. It was still a fantastic story, and I really enjoyed it. But the biggest issue I think it has is pacing. But yeah, overall, a fantastic story where the Rani is very intimidating. And I would say I prefer Siobhan Redmond's regeneration more than probably Katie O'Mara, because she plays a more intimidating and more serious tone to it as well. And she's brilliant as well. So I would rate the Rani Elite probably an 8 out of 10. I really did enjoy it. I hope you enjoyed the review, and stay tuned for my next video. You will probably really will be surprised about what's coming next. I'll give you a hint. Just check my about section, and maybe you will be really surprised when I'm actually doing it. So have a good one.